Are you looking for the best power banks for camping? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best power banks for camping on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Anker SOLIX C300 DC Power Bank Station. While the simplicity of my best overall pick is part of its appeal, there can be times when it's better to know just how much juice is left in your power bank, and how much each phone or laptop is using up. I've been using the Anker 737 for several months now, and have been impressed both by how easy it is to use and by how portable it is. While not as weather protected as other options, like my best large pick, the Goal Zero Yeti 700, the Anker 737 does have several features that make it a great option for camping. The first is a car charger, which can be used for electronics like the best electric coolers or pumps for the best inflatable paddleboards. It also has a port for charging from solar, see my take for the best solar panels for camping, and a lantern that is on par with the best camping lanterns. And it manages all this while still being surprisingly petite. It won't fit in your glove box like the Anker Powerhouse 90, but you'll definitely find a spot to fit it in with the rest of your camping setup. Only note of caution is to be careful when plugging in a solar panel, as anything more than 100 watts will ferry the internal electronics, something I found out the hard way. Small. Easy to transport. Holds a surprising amount of power. Great features like car charger and lantern. Number 2. Goal Zero Yeti Portable Power Station. The Goal Zero Yeti 700 was one of the most impressive units in my test of the best portable power stations and would be an excellent choice for just about any camping setup. It achieved 70% efficiency against its stated 677Wh size and powered a 34W grow light for over 13 hours. Unlike other units, the Goal Zero Yeti 700 also shows the power being used by the power station. To me, this is the right way to handle this. Users are more likely to wonder how much energy the power station is using to power a particular appliance than wonder how much energy the appliance itself is using. It also serves as a reminder to turn the AC outlets off when they aren't in use, as they represent a fairly significant drain on the battery. The fold-down handle of the Yeti 700 makes it easy to carry from car to picnic table. And I like that a silicone flap covers the ports when not in use, protecting them from dust and other debris. My only gripe with this otherwise excellent unit is that it is a little less intuitive to use than the others. For instance, the power button is on the back of the unit, by the charging input port, rather than on the front. The most efficient unit tested for the grow light test. Accurate control panel readings. One of the few power stations to display the loss of power through the AC ports. Number 3. Anker SOLIX F2000 Portable Power Station. While several power stations that I've looked at over the years incorporated handles for ease of transport, the Anker SOLIX F2000s were by far the most useful. It was comfortable to pull the Anker SOLIX F2000 by its handle for short distances. This included over very muddy ground during my initial test. If you regularly move your power stations more than 50 feet at a time, then the ease and comfort with which you can maneuver the Anker SOLIX F2000 makes it a smart choice. During testing, this unit was more than capable of taking on every device I could throw at it without blinking. The AC outlets alone are capable of managing 2,400 watts, your average fridge is only using 250 watts or so at a time, so this is really more than enough for most purposes. In fact, it has so much power that I didn't come anywhere near maxing it out during testing. Strangely, this unit only has 3 AC outlets compared to the 6 on the Anker 555 unit, which has half the watt-hour capacity. This is also one of the few power stations on the market that comes with an RV plug, fitting, since the total capacity of the Anker SOLIX F2000 is about equal to a day's worth of power usage by an RV. My favorite detail about this power station was the app. While testing the best solar generators, I went outside pretty often to check if everything was working properly. That gets pretty annoying after a while. But with the Anker SOLIX F2000, I could just open the app up and check to see how much power was being generated, or not. In addition to showing me the current power capacity of the unit, it also gives you the ability to turn off and on the AC, USB, and DC ports, as well as turn on the light on the side. It also shows you the internal temperature of the unit. During ongoing testing of this unit, I observed that it is not as effective at retaining a charge long-term as other power stations in this test. I found that it lost a percentage or two of power every couple days even when not in use. Number 4. Scosche PBPi-SP 118WH Lithium-Ion Backup Battery Pack. The Scosche PowerUp 32K was a close second behind my best overall pick, the Anker 511 portable power station. If it had been capable of powering 2 devices at the same time during testing, it would have come out on top. That's because the features on the PowerUp 32K were the most impressive of any power bank in my test. First off, like the Anker 511, it had an AC outlet, which was powered by a simple on-off button that was separate from the USB on-off switch. It also has a digital display, providing an even more accurate and intuitive read of how much power was left. But where this power bank really stood out was its flashlight. While other products in my test looked like power banks for camping that someone had added a flashlight onto, the PowerUp 32K is more like one of the best flashlights that someone built a battery pack into. It was the brightest in my test, with a side handle that made it easy to carry while looking for my tent after dusk. Easy to read display shows how much power is left. AC outlet. Impressive flashlight. Easy to use handle. Number 5. Inui Power Bank PBPi-SP. A few blue LED lights is not a lot of information as to how much juice is left in your power bank for camping. So I appreciated that the Inui Power Bank PBPi-SP showed the percent of the battery that was in use. It also had a built-in flashlight, activated by holding down the power button for several seconds, and a kickstand that can be used to prop up your phone while it's charging. These are all nice touches that can make the experience of using power banks for camping more pleasant. Unfortunately, I occasionally had issues with the Inui Power Bank PBPi-SP when attempting to charge it. During testing, I used the USB-A to USB-C, which resulted in a few instances of checking in on the power bank for camping after a few hours only to find that it hadn't charged at all. Unplugging and replugging it in several times typically fixed the issue, but this may be a deal breaker for some individuals. Better reading of how much power is left in the unit. Held about 1 more watt-hour than the competition. Integrated flashlight. Affordable.